He finished his song and smiled at us, before being carried away by a sea of screaming fangirls.
See? That's how girls normally react.
We should help him.
Neither of us will be able to get him away from those vultures.
But we should.
It gets too rough, Eric's staff will intervene. Don't worry about it. Besides, I might be getting a bit dizzy.
What? We need to get you some fresh air and more food.
Why do I drink so much? I drink to forget.
I grabbed his arm and tugged him towards the balcony, grateful when he didn't resist.
You're not going to throw me over the railing, right?
Do you really think I can lift someone as big as you? He brought his hands up to wrap around my waist, and I looked down at me from top to bottom.
Right. You're tiny.
I pulled away from him before making him sit on a bench. Wait here and don't move. I'm going to get you something to eat. I quickly made my way back inside to fill up a plate while trying not to think about how his hands felt. He's drunk, and even if he said he wasn't looking to settle down, and I'm not interested in a fling, so I really just need to stop thinking about this. I let out a deep breath in an attempt to compose myself before going back inside.
Outside. I haven't moved, see? I got a reward.
Here's your reward. I shoved the plate into his hands. He looked down at it for a moment before sighing.
That was something different.
What can you possibly be hoping for? He was silent for a while, and just when I thought he wasn't going to answer, he put his plate down.
This.
I once again felt his hands on my waist, but this time they pulled me towards him as he brought his mouth towards mine. Yep, that's what I wanted to hear.
He's drunk.
My mind went blank the moment our lips met. Without conscious thought, I found my hands moving to tangle in his hair and pull him even closer. The hands at my waist drew my body flush against his. The sudden contact snapped me back to my senses, and I called upon all my self-control to pull away. Oh, crap. That was not good. But it felt so— Nope! Bad thoughts. I do not want a one-night stand, and that is definitely where that's headed.
What?
He scrunched up his eyes and brought a hand up to his head. He looks kind of cute, like— No! Stop having those thoughts.
I really shouldn't have drank so much.
His words were like a bucket of water falling all over me. Of course, he's drunk. That's why he— You should eat. I should be heading back. I clamped down on my emotions and turned to leave.
No! Wait!
He reached out and grabbed my hand to stop me, before letting it go almost immediately.
Don't go. Please.
Did he just say please? You don't look too well. I'll go and find someone to take you back to your room.
No, I want to talk to you.
What we were doing wasn't talking, although we did use our— Damn it! If this is about that kiss, don't worry about it. You're drunk and—
My state of inebriation has nothing to do with theirs. I can still make rational.
You're saying you would have done it sober?
I did it before, didn't I?
Yes, that. I've been trying not to think about that. You ran away last time.
I'm not exactly doing that now, am I?
No, but then again, you seem like you'd fall over if you tried to stand, let alone run.
I'd like to refute that, but I probably would fall over. I wouldn't run even if that weren't the case. Not this time.
And what makes this time different?
This time, I know what I want.
And what's that?
You. And if the way you kissed me back wasn't any indication, you want me too.
You're too full of yourself. I was just caught up in the moment. Don't worry, I'm thinking very clearly now, and I know it's time to leave.
Do you think I'd offer myself to just anyone? Do you have any idea how many people would jump at the...
Well, I'm not most people, okay? If you want a fling, just head back into that ballroom and find yourself someone willing.
Well, you were very willing just a few minutes ago, so what is it you're angling for? Marriage? Well, I've got news for you. I'm not about to commit myself to someone I've only known for a fortnight.
I knew you were going to be like this. Do you really think I want to spend my life with an insensitive jerk like you? Besides, I didn't even know your parents were pushing you to marry. You're the one that told me.
If you're not looking for marriage, then what's the problem? We can just keep hooking up until one of us gets born and...
Landon!
Landon! You drunk floozy!
Hell will freeze over before I'd become one of your floozies. I'm a person, not some toy you can pull out whenever you feel like and then forget about it.
I'm offering you a hell of a lot more than I offer most. A monogamous arrangement of indeterminate time at my own expense.
At your own expense? Do you think you can buy me?
Oh my god. Landon! Stop being drunk!
Landon, this isn't working out for you. Maybe you should reconsider your drunken decisions.
I should reconsider my drunken decisions, but I still have to say my line, so if there's one thing I've learned, it's that women, no matter how rich, still love being lavish with gifts and money.
Right, and because I'm not rich and successful like everyone here, I'm going to prostrate myself in front of you for whatever scraps you deign to give me? Is that really what you think?
Wait, what?
But here's the thing, I wouldn't take a cent from you if I was starving. I don't care about your money, or whatever else it is that you think I want.
Hold up, go back to the not rich and successful part. I'm not sure
Why don't you ask your friend Eric, because I'm done talking with you. With that, I stormed back into the mansion and headed for my room. I'd barely even left the ballroom when I heard the sound of feet rushing after me. I didn't even look back, just quickened my pace. Leave me alone!
I'm afraid that ignoring your obvious distress would be very ungentlemanly of me.
I almost faltered at Eric's unexpected voice. Don't you have fangirls to flaunt around for?
They found another to amuse themselves with, so I'm all yours if you want to talk about what ails you.
Well, I don't.
Forgive me for prying, but I couldn't help but notice that you disappeared into a balcony with Landon before storming off. Did he upset you?
You can ask him for the details. I'm going back to my room.
I've known him long enough to realize that he probably put his foot in his mouth again. I don't know what he said to you, but I assure you that if he's not that great at expressing his feelings, he does always mean well.
I think you're giving him too much credit. He's an ass.
Landon, well, he's never been good with saying what he means, and he tries and he tends to do so in the worst way possible. So, he does come across as a bit of an ass. Even so, he wouldn't intentionally.
Why are you defending him so much? You don't even know what he said, and yet you're rushing to his aid like some white knight who probably wouldn't even do the same for you.
He actually has gotten me out of a lot of tough spots. He's one of the few people that's always been 100% sincere with me. He's also one of the few people in this world that I have the privilege of calling a friend. It's because of that I'm willing to butt in now.
Why would it even matter what I think of him or what he said? It's not like I'm ever going to see him again. You of all people should know that.
Because when Landon starts to care about someone, he doesn't stop.
This time I really did falter. The only one he cares about is himself.
Ow!
A few weeks passed, and I finally settled back into my old routine. The whole trip seemed like some sort of weird dream now that reality had once again set in. Still, I'm glad I went, even if it didn't exactly end happily. Sometimes I even found myself wondering what they're doing now, even though it really hadn't been all that long. I kinda missed them. Wolfie, the Count, even Mama Rooney-san. I pushed those thoughts away as I unlocked the front door to the house Mira and I shared. Stopping at the store on my way home made me later than usual, but the house still shouldn't have been this quiet. Hey Mira, I'm back.
We're in the kitchen.
We? Hey, you aren't allowed in the kitchen after last time.
Okay.
I cut myself off as I rounded the corner to see Mira and a very uncomfortable-looking Landon nursing mugs of coffee. Mira, what's going on? Mira knew all about what happened in those 2 weeks, and especially that last night. So her sitting calmly and drinking coffee with him didn't make any sense to me. You didn't poison the coffee, did you?
We've been waiting here for you for over an hour. If I did poison it, he'd be dead by now or ready to keel over.
Landon shifted uncomfortably before speaking.
Mira, could you... Sure thing, I'll be in the other room if you need me, Catbutt.
Wait, Mira, what... I couldn't even finish the question. There were so many running through my mind. What is going on? What's he doing here? What did the two of you talk about? What should I do? What...
I think the two of you need to talk.
But...
Just listen to what he has to say. If you want to kick him out after, I'll even help you do it, alright?
Alright. I watched her leave before turning back to Landon. What the hell do you want? I glared at him icily. It hadn't been so long that I could think of the things he said to me without getting angry.
I want to talk.
Well, that didn't work out so well last time.
I, unfortunately, remember.
He shot me a wry smile.
Last time I wasn't exactly in my right mind, and I said some...
If I recall, you said that being drunk made you honest, so you obviously meant everything you said.
That's the thing about me being drunk. I might say what I mean, just not the way I mean it.
What does that even mean?
Do you know how hard it was for me to ask Eric for your details?
He's your best friend. Why would that be hard?
Because I'm supposed to be the one who protects him, the one that helps him, not the other way around. I'm supposed to be the strong one, the one who doesn't need anything. But then you came along. You don't know how much I hated you for that.
Thanks.
You made me weak. You made me weak. You, this brat who argued with me at every chance, made me. I tried to deny it, but it was there. And that night I decided to just go for it, and you shot me down. Not that I can blame you for that. I thought that was my sign that I should move on, and I tried. I really did. I spent weeks trying to keep my mind occupied with other things, but every little thing just brought me back to you. Eventually I caved. I went to Eric and asked him about you. I thought that maybe the reason I kept thinking about you was because of what you said, that you weren't rich and famous. He gave me the answers I asked for, but it didn't change anything. Then he sat down with me and showed me the video feed from that night and asked me what I meant when I said all those things. He felt that you should hear it. So, you have no idea how embarrassing this is.
He pulled out a folded up piece of paper.
God, he wrote it ahead of time because he knew he would screw up. Oh my god.
Aww.
Eric chose the wording, so it's a more flowery than I would have liked, but he's better at these things than I am, and the last time I didn't want to risk it, so...
He cleared his throat and started to read.
I'm not about to commit myself to someone I've only known for a fortnight. I'm not ready for marriage, but I want to spend more time with you. I'm offering you a hell of a lot more than what I offer most. You are the only one that's made me want something more. A monogamous arrangement of indeterminate time. A relationship for as long as we both want it. Being lavished with gifts and money, being shown my affection in one of the few ways I know how. At my expense, I want to give the world to you.
Aww.
Do you think I'd offer myself to just anyone? You're special to me.
He looked up at me warily as I stared back at him blankly.
Oh, say something.
What do you want me to say?
I know what I want to hear, but that's not what this is about. I'm being completely honest with you, and I want you to do the same.
Did Eric write that for you too?
No.
I looked at him, silently trying to determine the sincerity of his words. So what happens when you get bored?
What?
That night you said we'd hook up until one of us was bored.
Oh, that.
Mira says you've never been with anyone for...
Longer than a week. We spent 2 weeks together at Eric's mansion, and I spent the past few weeks pining over you, and I'm not even close to bored yet. be honest, if I'm going to do it, I might as well go all the way. I'm more worried about the opposite. I'm not exactly Mr. Winning personality here, still. A relationship only works if both parties are interested, so if you don't want me, there's nothing I can really do about it.
You say that, but how do I know you're not just trying to get into my pants and won't lose interest when you're done?
I'm rich, but not even that I would fly halfway around the country to grovel in the hopes of getting laid. Besides that, do you remember what I told you about my parents?
Yes?
The reason I lost interest in others wasn't because I could have them at my beck and call. Because I could never see myself caring about them the way my parents care for each other.
And you see yourself caring about me that way?
I've never cared for anyone the way I do for you, and it just keeps getting stronger.
You're sounding like Eric again.
He's my best friend, and if you tell him I said that, I will deny it. Some part of that idiot must have rubbed off on me. So, your answer?
Where are you staying? I should probably call a taxi to get you back.
You don't need to.
I watched him hang his head dejectedly and decided to take pity on him. How long are you staying in town for?
A few days. I thought you might want some time to, and, well, I wanted to take some photos, even if...
You're going to need a guide to show you the sights, and I know just the person.
It's okay, you don't need to watch out for me. I can find my way around, and if not, well, my flailing will take me to interesting places to photograph.
But I'm going to need to watch out for you if we're going to enter a monogamous arrangement of indeterminate time. I kinda need to keep you safe, don't you think? His head snapped up so fast I winced, even as I tried to hide a smile at the goldfish impression his mouth was making.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
I'm not sure. What do you think I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure we started out with some pretty rough communication.
You want to enter into a relationship with me?
Sounds crazy, huh? I guess hell must be experiencing winter.
Okay, just to double-check something.
He got up and walked towards me with all the grace of a panther. He put both hands on my hips before leaning down towards me.
You really are tiny, you know that? At least meet me halfway here.
I'm tiny and you're a giant. Opposites attract. I smiled before leaning up to meet his lips. Our lips had barely touched when Mira burst into the room.
Hey, no making out in the house. Rules are rules. Are you listening at the door? Wait, no, don't answer that.
He looked at me before grabbing my arm and dragging me out of the kitchen. Hey, where... We were... Are you okay?
Is he...
What happened to him? Is he okay? Do you need a doctor?
Love does strange things to people.
We were barely out of the house, the door still swinging shut when he crushed his lips against mine. I smiled inwardly at his impatience as I wrapped my arms around his neck. I knew the road ahead wasn't going to be easy, but nothing worth it ever is. The end!
Hey!
That game was so much better than I thought it would be. That was really good. Like, the festival thing was kind of weird and out of place. But, like, the rest of it was, like, the dialogue was great. All the characters had their own multifaceted personalities. There were funny moments. I think it was pretty well done. Your thoughts?
I mean, you said everything that I thought. I was reading where...
Music by Tyler Thompson. Are you cutting out on me? Hey, Skype. You wanna work? There you are.
The background's from some sort of DeviantArt that has, like, stock images. Oh.
I think you can kind of tell
Tyler
that
Thompson.
They used a variety of background.
Yes.
There you... yes. I think you can kind of tell that they used a variety of different background artists because some of them were so different. Like, some of them were modeled in Blender, some of them were photoshopped photos, some of them were really low-quality Photoshop photos, some of them were really low-quality modeling, but you can, I mean, it speaks to different skill levels.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that's kind of fair. Because each artist will have their own strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
But there's room for improvement, but I think it was pretty good.
Yeah, no, I liked it.
Reading you. Thank you for playing. Yay! That was Halloween Otome, Landon's route.
Fuck.
What?
We still have to do the others.
Well, look forward to it, because we have Mr. Wolfie up next.
Good. Finally. Holy shit.
And then I guess we'll do Count last.
Yeah.
We'll see what the fuck is up with him, because that was really weird at the end.
What is your deal?
What is your deal? Alright, well, that was good and fun, and thank you for watching.
It was much more than I expected, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. And we'll see you next time. Woo! Bye-bye.
Bye.